Hey everybody, Rob Hogue here, Bass Stalker Fishing. Today I want to start my series of videos I'm going to be doing for parents who are teaching their kids how to fish or want to teach their kids how to fish. And it's going to be a series of videos, but today is just going to be my top 6 tips on teaching your kids how to fish, because it can be really frustrating and it's very important to ensure that your kids have good experiences in the beginning when they're going out to the lake. So these are just some of the things, some of the mistakes I've made, some of the lessons learned, and some things that I've picked up on that's going to help you and your kids have a better time on the water. First and foremost, this is the number one, realize that the fishing trip is about them. The day you're setting aside time to go take your kids out fishing, you kind of have to realize that you're not going to get to fish that much. This is about them and making sure they have a good experience so that they learn to like the sport. Because if they have a couple bad experiences right off the bat, they're just going to relate fishing to a bad time and not want to do it anymore. Number two, I would suggest you start small. Don't try to jump right into bass fishing. Take them out for panfish, whether it's bluegill, sunnies, crappie, perch, whatever it is that you have in the lakes near you. Start them off small with a bobber, and whether it's a bucket of worms or whatever live bait works in your lakes. Start them off small so that they can watch that bobber. They're not relying on their feel because they haven't learned how to detect a bite yet, and the bobber is going to help them learn that skill. Then you can step up to I like to step up to the deeper fish, whether it's catfish. I want to take my youngest carp fishing this year just so he can learn what a big fish feels like. But that's also good because then it's kind of the next step. They went from seeing the strike with the bobber to having to be able to detect that bite off the bottom when there is no visual aid for that. Then you can kind of step them up to bass. But I wouldn't step them up too quickly into very technical type baits. What I like, my youngest who's 6, I kind of limit him to square bill crankbaits, regular crankbaits, spinner baits, chatterbaits, maybe a small swim bait, something that he's just going to be able to reel, because I can't really expect him to fish a jig or to fish a big worm on the bottom where it takes a lot of patience. Kids his age don't have a lot of patience, so you need to it has to be fast moving, and they might only catch 2 fish that way, but if they're catching something, they're going to be happy. So number 3 would be to, if your schedule permits it, if you're planning on taking your kid fishing on the weekend, try to pick the best day that's better suited for those moving baits. Obviously, cloudy days with a light breeze or a little bit of chop on the water is going to work. Is going to benefit those moving baits. It's going to give those moving baits a better chance of catching fish. If your schedule doesn't permit it, and Saturday's the day, whether it's sunny or cloudy, then that's what you got to do. But especially when you step up to fishing for bass, if you can, pick the day that kind of fits that moving bait pattern the best. 4 would be to realize and come to terms with the fact that you're probably not going to do much fishing. You're going to be fixing line twists or retying baits or getting the fish for them, throwing the fish back, and that's just part of it. You're there, just watch them. It's a very enjoyable experience to watch your kids fish. So just be there, watch them, encourage them, and hopefully you guys will have a good day on the water. 5, and this is a big thing, bring plenty of snacks and plenty of drinks. Kids get bored pretty easy. They don't have the patience that, I wouldn't say every adult has, but some adults have. So the drinks and the snacks, they kind of break up the day a little bit, and they might fish for 20 minutes, want to stop and have a couple donuts, and then they'll fish for a little bit, and then they'll want some goldfish crackers or whatever it is. Just make sure you bring some snacks and some drinks. It'll definitely help their mood, which will help your mood. And 6, bring a camera. It's a special time for any mother and father, whoever's the one teaching these kids how to fish. It's a special time when your kid has good days on the water, or catches his first fish, or catches his first bass, or catches his first big fish. It's a special time, and to have some kind of recording device, whether you're recording with your phone or your GoPro or your video camera, you don't want to miss stuff like that. And this is going to let you look back on it years from now when the kids are growing up. You can look back on this and remember those times that you had with them. There's nothing that beats the look on a kid's face when they catch their first fish or their first bass or their first big fish. So to have it on camera is pretty cool. But that's it for this. Those are my 6 tips. We're going to be doing other stuff where we're going over equipment for the little guys, the medium guys, and the big guys. And we'll also get into putting line on the rods and how to cast and stuff like that. But thanks for checking us out. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments section. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I appreciate that. Tell a friend, tell your aunt, tell your uncle, whoever you think would enjoy this channel. But thanks for the support, guys. We'll see you again soon.